Well, that goes, I mean, it goes right along with vibration, right? A
Right.
lower vibration is heavier,
Mm-hmm.
denser, stickier,
Mm-hmm.
easier to get in there and wallow and roll
Right.
around. The high
And
vibration of love.
and like attracts like. So you're going to be drawn to people with that same low vibration. And there's this woman that I watch on YouTube. I just love her. The crappy childhood fairy is what the name of her
Okay.
is. Love her, love her, love her. She's really honest. She grew up in shit. She was traumatized and everything, and she's got through it all in her way. But she calls it crap fitting. We're trying to fit the crap into our life. We're trying to fit into the crap,
Sure.
or we're trying, yeah, like how
Sure.
I remember when she said that, I had for I just watched another one of her videos. I haven't seen one of her videos for a while, and she brought that word back up that she hasn't used for a while.
Mm.
And I was like, oh my gosh. Yes. How often do I crap fit? Like the glass is half empty. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to sort of get in there and wallow in just that. I'm not going to try and fix anything. I'm not going to try and see it differently. I'm not going to try and do something different. You're not going to get out of it by crap fitting. You're not going to get out of it by jumping in that
Mm-mm.
glass that's half empty.
No,
You're just
no.
going to prolong it. And how many friggin' years did I just crap fit instead of, and does it happen now? Yeah, I'm way better at catching myself and going, okay, okay, I'm crap fitting. I don't want to feel this way anymore. And the
Yeah.
only way for me to not feel this way anymore is for me to get the hell out of it. It's not your job or this job or that job. Or if I only had this, I'd be happy.
Right.
If I only had that, I'd be happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to change your mindset. And I'm not saying that's easy because it isn't, but it can be
No,
done
it isn't. It isn't easy at first.
at first. Yes,
It isn't easy at first.
because it's way easier now.
But the first thing, you don't know what you don't know.
Yes.
So if you were taught to crap fit, you were taught that the glass is half empty,
Mm-hmm.
you don't, I'm going to say most people don't intuitively understand or realize that you are being so self-defeating
Yes.
because it was taught to you, you accepted it, that's the way it is, and that's just how you maneuver through life
Yeah.
until one day you either come to that understanding or someone points it out
Yes.
and you're like,
Yes.
what?
Now,
Oh my God.
it does get pointed out to us once in a while, or at least I can remember people saying, "Man, you're so just can you just stop being so down or can you just get over it or can you just whatever?" But it
Sure.
wasn't presented in a way. Well, first of all, I wasn't ready to hear it, I don't think,
Yep.
and it wasn't presented in a way that, well, how do you just get over it? How do you just
You
like,
can't just get over it.
no, you can't.
You cannot.
And so it didn't register. So it had, but
No.
it does get told to you a lot. If you're one of those crap fitters, it's been told to you many times.
Mhm.
Coworkers, family, whoever. And
Mhm.
you sit and sulk in it.
Mhm. And yet you still don't know what you don't know
Right.
until you are vibrationally ready to accept that
Yes.
switch.
Yes.
It's still not flipping a switch
No. No.
at first.
Yes.
At first.
Now I can see my switches like, oh shit. Maybe not at that moment, but it's really like within a few minutes or hours even. I'm like, oh. Ooh. Ah, this is so uncomfortable. I don't
Yep.
like this is gross. Ew.
Yep.
When you can't even stand yourself, it's like, oh,
And
okay.
well, hopefully these days you recognize the switch and you go over and you toggle it
Yes, yes.
before you get sick of yourself. And
Toggle.
for us, luckily, we've done enough work. We've done
Yes.
enough heal. Okay. Let me finish my thought here, cowboy. Because as I'm going to say, done enough healing, he's like, honey, you haven't done enough healing for this lifetime. No, 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 no. However,
Done a
we
lot.
have done enough healing in certain areas
Yes.
to recognize
Yeah.
when we're going to those places of self defeat and of crap fitting
Yeah.
and can make the choice instantly. Oh my God, I got to flip that switch.
Yes.
And we know how to do it. And we
Yes.
know what it means to just simply make the choice to
Yes.
think it differently.
Yes. Yeah. And it's more
Wow.
than just so when I think of healing, there's many compartments to that. But when we just sort of say healing, so let's say there's this area you keep going back to this same pattern over and over again, and you hook me up and you're like, "Hey, can I get a healing around this?" Absolutely. So we go into a healing, that wounding starts coming up, the whys start coming up. You're able to start your body which holds memory starts to let go of those old memories. Your brain begins to start rewiring. There's another step that you personally have to do after that healing. So spirit can only do so much. It is not me, it's
It
spirit
is.
working through me, right? Spirit is giving you that foundation. Okay, we're gonna strip this away. We're gonna give you some clarity as to the why, a little peek into where you're going, but you have work to do now. You
Mm-hmm.
have to stop that behavior. So when it comes up, because it's muscle memory, even though your body just was able to let go of it, you can call it right back. You can stay in there. You don't have to allow any of it to work. You have authority over you, over your thoughts, over your feelings, over your actions. You have that authority. So that's really when the work comes is after that healing and you've already done the releasing. Now it's allowing the new information to come, the new way of being to come and
Right.
really actually, okay, that hair is driving me insane. To that's your job then is to say, okay, I'm going to do this in a new way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that old behavior is coming back. Whew, okay, deep breath. I see you, and I don't want you here. That's
Mm-hmm.
not who I am anymore. I want to try this differently. And it's actually even trying things differently. And
Yeah.
sometimes the new thing doesn't work out, and sometimes it does, but it's all in the motion of trying.
All in the motion. Right. Um, and it can be as simple as a thought process,
Yes,
right? You have this healing and you're going through your day and somebody does something stupid and your knee-jerk reaction is anger.
yes,
Wait a minute. Tired of being angry.
yes.
I am tired
Oh,
of it. It's such a waste of my time and my energy.
yes.
Okay, what do I have to do to not be angry?
Mhm.
Look at it differently.
Yes.
Okay, did whatever happen was someone trying to piss you off?
Yes.
Nope.
Or maybe, but you have authority over you.
Yeah,
So I'm going to do it different this time. I'm not going to get angry this time.
there's so many ways to look at a scenario
Yes.
to just shift out of that knee-jerk muscle memory,
Yes.
self-defeating
Oof.
response.
Yeah.
Um,
So
it's
unnecessary.
it's quite amazing, really, of how
And
many options we have.
yes. And spiritually, you're here to learn that.
Yes,
Spiritually, you are here to learn these lessons. You are here to pull yourself out of it. You are
yes.
not here because you'll hear people, we hear it all the time. I guess I was just meant to be whatever, depressed all my life. I guess I was just meant to not have these things, or I'm just not blah, 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 blah. Well, maybe, and some of it, like maybe you weren't meant to be a millionaire in this lifetime. Okay, but what do you have? What can you be? And
Yes.
money is not the solving resource that you think it is.
Solves anything.
No. And they always what you hear a lot by like rich people is I'm the same person I was before the money. I was an asshole before the money. I'm just a bigger asshole now. Like it just magnifies
Yikes.
the crap. It does. It like
Yikes.
magnifies who you were prior. You still have healing to do. You still have your shit to do. You still need to do the work. I know I had a thought in there and I lost my train of thought.
Oops.
Oops, I know. Yes. Because I had too many thoughts. I've got so many thoughts going in so many different directions in my brain right now.
Ah,
Yes.
okay.
Whew. So maybe grounded? Should we get ourselves grounded?
Oh, grounding would be good.
Yeah.
So if you are driving,
Mhm.
turn down the volume.
Mhm.
Allow the grounding without really listening to it. If you're in the kitchen with a sharp knife, put the knife down. Be
I love
safe, allow the grounding, and then come back and join us
it.
safely.
All right. And for those of you who are in a good place to just take a deep breath for a moment, let it out. And we open this beautiful sacred space around us and around everyone listening. We open this space in love and gratitude, in honor and humility. We ask that everyone who comes to this podcast today receive what they personally need, whether we say it or spirit brings them you that personal information. That's what we want. We want everyone listening to allow their own guidance to bring in guidance, clarity,
Mhm.
whatever you need today. That's why we're here. And we thank you, Spirit, for this opportunity. We ask our body Davis to relax and to ground, to drop a grounding cord, however you ground, to open to the energy. Yes. And so it is. And that just reminded me, we haven't talked for a long time about, we've talked about doing a book, doing a daily, how to work on a daily program for yourself
Mhm.
and those things. Those are still in the works, y'all. We've had we kind of had to put it away for a few months here. The last few months have been something out of this world.
Mhm.
So far, 2025 has been one hell of a fucking year.
Oof. Oof.
Man, from January 1, I swear, we've been hit with one thing after another. It's like, you remember like Wonder Woman, she had those bracelets on and she'd like,
Right.
things would come and the bullets would come and it's like, I have felt that way so often through this year. Beautiful things have happened too. My trip to Morocco was amazing, and that's still in the works too, to put something together so you can all see Chefchaouen, which was absolutely amazing. The wedding was beautiful. It was fabulous. Mari-Lyn has had some rough
Ooh,
yeah, stuff.
about 5 weeks,
Yeah.
5 or 6 weeks of roughness. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Which in this last week there was no podcast, we know, and we just had to take one off. We just had to take a week off. There was just, it wasn't going to happen. So we did. And thankfully, we have plenty of them. And we think a lot of you went back and watched old ones, which is
We
great.
appreciate.
Yes, thank you. Um, whoo, what a year. What
Yeah,
a friggin' year. And so much growth. I can speak for myself. So many new bright, like that whole part of the whole crap fitting thing is I've really been working through not crap fitting. I really have, and it's really brilliant. And
bravo.
thank you. I can't remember her name. It's Anna something, but she is the crappy childhood fairy. That's her YouTube channel, and it's brilliant. I'd love to have her. I would like to contact her and say, hey, can you I know we're a small channel compared to yours, but any chance we could have you on just to talk? Because
Do
she's
it.
amazing. I know. I
Do
need to.
it.
She's
What are you waiting for? Oh.
Ugh. For those viewer only, or I mean, listen only people, I just flipped her off. So that happened there. Yeah. So, whoo, yes, doing the work. You have to do the work. We
Have
talk,
to.
stay in motion. You have to stay in motion. And sometimes spirit will literally, it's like smoke and mirrors at times. Spirit gets you to look over here. Okay. So you're moving in this direction, and then spirit sneaks in the back door and you get something that you didn't know you needed,
Yeah.
or whacks you over the head, or the direction change. Things that's how, because when we overthink, spirit can't get in there to work, right?
Yeah, we're
It's,
blocking.
yeah,
It's
we're
like
blocking ourselves.
yeah, we block things. It's like like a revolving door.
Hmm.
And when we overthink, that revolving door gets more slots in it.
Yes.
And and pretty soon it's just there's no space to
No.
get anything in there.
Right, right. Yes, we
Getting
block
hard.
ourselves. We
Yeah.
can't let the sun in. The picture that's moving through my head right now is, we talked about like the light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay.
But when you're going through that and you see that light, if you're the one that's going, oh, that's just a train going to come squish me. Well, instead of it being like the light to get out, yeah, you're crap fitting. You're looking for the worst possible, and you've got to stop thinking it's a train and believe that it's the sun. Believe that you're coming to the end of that tunnel. The light, you're coming out. You're not going to get squished by the train.
What a heartbreaking place to live.
Been there. Been there many years, been there.
That light at the end of the tunnel is a train that's going to squish you.
Yes.
Wow.
Right? And there are people certainly who live that way more than I did. One of the things that, of course, I had for me is that I always knew spirit was there. I always had a belief. There was a real, like, my life was sort of black and white, sort of like I lived in this doomsday thing, but then I could also live in this beautiful light with spirit, sort of this contradiction, really, in itself.
Hmm.
Or I thought it was, but now I know. But yes. So are you staring at the sun, the light coming in? Is the sun, or are you staring at the lights of a train that's going to squish you?
Dang.
Yeah. And it's not a
Yeah,
train
give me
that's
the
going to
sun all
squish you.
day.
Yeah. If you want it to be that train, it's going to be that train.
Absolutely.
That's the way it works. If you want it to be the sun, it's going to be the sun. It's really up to you how you see it, whether
Hmm.
that's how you're going to get through it, how what that outcome is. And the outcome still may not be what your ego tells you it should be.
No, probably won't be.
Right. Don't I know that one?
No, because our ego is so, okay, small,
Yeah.
small.
Like another, boy, they're giving me pictures today. So for all of you know that I'm not super clairvoyant, but they're bringing me some pictures today. Uh, you really want this one certain, like you'd love roses, and that's you got these roses, and you're staying in motion and you're going for those roses, and then you step outside into your garden and it's all beautiful like Gerber daisies. And you're like, fuck, dude, I wanted roses. And then you get upset instead of saying, wow, wow, this once barren spot is now filled with all these beautiful flowers. You find the train coming in to squish you.
Yep.
I wanted roses. What the fuck is this?
Yep.
That's that sort of crap fitting, or that's that looking at the glass half empty, right?
Okay. Spirit just brought me a memory.
Oh, good. Okay.
My birthday, I'm an adult. Okay. I was a grown adult. My birthday. My mother has me and my husband over for my birthday dinner, and she asks me what I want.
Hmm.
I wanted a pork roast
Hmm.
and whatever. She fixed a pork loin.
Ooh, that's good. Oh, but that's not what you wanted.
That is not what I asked
I
for.
saw the look on your face as soon as I said that. It was like, oh, Mari-Lyn was upset because she didn't.
I
Yeah.
was upset.
Wow.
It was a magnificent dinner,
Hmm.
but it was a pork loin, not a pork roast. It was not what I wanted.
And here's something. We can all sit here and go, Jesus, what the F? Are you serious? Grow up. However, I want everyone listening, including myself, to look at when you've done the same thing. It may not have been a pork loin versus roast, but somewhere in your life, and I'll bet quite recently too, that you did the same thing. You saw the train headlights and not the sun.
Yep. And I got to tell you, my mother has come in and she is hysterical.
Hey, mom. Yes.
Um, and I love this. She doesn't come in as my mother anymore. I don't see her as the woman who was my mother.
Right.
She comes in now as the beautiful soul that she is.
Yes.
And yeah,
And that, my friend, is what we call healing your shit.
yeah,
It's when you have healed your shit with a loved one who's crossed, you no longer see them as that. You still call him mom. I still call my dad dad. He's still dad. I know
sure.
but when you get to the point when you healed your wounding and that trauma with that person, and every person you're going to have some sort of trauma with, whatever, right?
Yes.
You will see them as the beautiful, fully healed expression of themselves when they come in.
Hmm.
And you know immediately, and I'm going to speak for you because I know you know immediately who it is. And
Yep.
and is there, like when my dad comes in, do I still feel some of that Dad, well, yeah. I mean, I saw those sparks in him that were the full that beautiful
Sure.
soul he was in life. But he's not my dad. This is
Right.
that full, yes.
Yeah.
I love that, Mary Lynn.
Yeah.
I do.
Yep.
And I'm so
That
glad
was, and I tried
and I'm
so,
so glad she came in to laugh at you or the situation.
yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Um, I remember trying so hard to be grateful.
Yes.
And man, it was hard.
Yeah.
It was hard.
Yeah.
It's like, God, I don't even want to go down the rabbit hole that I took
And
myself down, but
I'm going to give you a little bit of get you off the hook, just one little prong thingy off the hook there.
okay.
There is, we've all done this. You go to a particular restaurant because there's something there that you love so much. Oh my God. And you go and you sit down, and the waiter comes over and says, I'm sorry, we're out of that tonight.
Oh, yes.
Oh, and then nothing else tastes good. It's like,
Yes.
oh. So I'm going to give you a little break on just that piece, but the rest of it, no, is bullshit. But that one piece, I
Yeah.
can let you up because when you get that, you just know that that's what you want. You can taste it, you can feel it, you know it.
I accept that and I appreciate that, but
But no, you are still a bitch.
you know,
Sorry, but you were.
seriously, the difference between the pork roast that I had asked for and
Uh-huh.
the pork loin that I got, it was missing the fat.
Yes.
That's
Yes. If
all
you
it
still had the
was.
gravy or whatever, you still, yes.
It was missing the fat that I don't eat anyway. It was
But fat
very
has so much flavor.
simply the fact that she didn't do what I
Yeah.
wanted.
Yeah.
Bottom line,
Yeah.
she didn't do what I wanted.
And you had your quiet little temper tantrum. You didn't say anything.
My husband would disagree that it was quiet. Now,
I'll bet.
in,
I'll bet.
in the moment,
That's what I
I
meant.
don't think that I ever said anything to my mom. I don't think my behavior led on. But my husband got an
I
earful
bet he
all the
did.
way home.
And if I know, because I have a husband too, of course, and any spouse, you pick up the little signs like, oh boy, I'm going to hear something later because she's not happy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Whew. Yeah.
Yeah. What an awful. And those are absolutely those times you saw the train headlights and you didn't see the sun.
Nope.
Because what a beautiful a beautiful thing she did for you. She cooked you this beautiful meal with the
Yeah.
family, and it was celebratory. It was
Yep.
your birthday, and she loved you, and she wanted to do that for you.
Yep.
And you were stuck in some wound, and you couldn't at the moment quite see. I'm very grateful, and I'm sure you are too, that you did not express that to her at the moment, that you didn't throw some little bitchy fit.
Oh, so yes.
I mean, because that would have crushed her. It would have crushed her. Um, and you. We forget when we throw
Oh
those fits
man.
or we go to that place, it doesn't just hurt the person that you're
Mm-mm.
giving all that energy to. You are hurt by it too. You're crushed by it.
It can be
It's
very
not
crushing.
good for
Yeah.
anyone.
Yeah.
So bravo to you, and sorry to your husband. Sorry, dude. Yes. But it happens. Yes.
I I do want to say it's I could be making this up, but I want to say that it was some months later I talked to her about it and told her,
Oh, okay.
and we had like a good laugh over it.
Yeah, she's nodding. She's like, yep, yep, you did. Yep, you did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah. And so here's something. So we talk about this all the time. Good for you for going back and when you don't always have to, if you can't say something at the time because it's just going to be damn mean, giving yourself grace and giving yourself that time, that distance until you can gather yourself and have nice words to say and to own your shit and to be able to go back to that person
Hmm.
is always highly recommended.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's not, sometimes you can't. Like that that person's not around or that person's not going to receive. And well, even that, I give that a half because it's up to them how they take it. Because it's really about
Exactly.
you going back and owning your shit and apologizing or saying, this is what happened. And
Hmm. Hmm. My mom and I had a very deep connection.
beautiful.
Um,
It, I was a
it wasn't,
little jealous of that relationship in a night like, see,
well,
moms and daughters can have a nice
but
relationship.
it wasn't when when I was little, when I was young.
Right.
Well, I mean, I was the youngest, I was the baby, I was,
Yeah.
whatever. When I really, in my teenage years,
Mhm.
no.
Um, who has a good relationship in their teen? The
I don't know.
teenage years are so rough.
But
Oh
and
boy.
it wasn't my mom and our relationship wasn't always like a deep one, but we could go to that place of deepness.
Yes.
Um, and I'm really grateful for that
Hmm.
because when she was at the end of her life, I was the only person that was always safe for her in her dementia and her Alzheimer's.
Yes.
Even though she didn't know who I was for a long time, I was always a safe person for her. And for that, I am so grateful.
Yes. What a beautiful time you got to spend with
Yeah,
her at the end.
really
And,
was.
and you know, we know that spiritually, you know exactly who that person is.
Mhm.
And you know exactly you are working out your shit with that person, which is just beautiful.
Mhm.
There is one thing about any type of dementia that I have this belief is that you know you're not here, you're not in the your brain is not here in the 3D most of the time. You are allowed in that time though, or you're given the space to heal a bunch of your shit during that time that you can spiritually. You are visiting people, you're looking at your contracts, you're talking to your
Mhm.
teams, you're talking to the council, you're doing you're figuring out what you can do now.
Mhm.
And I think it's a horrible disease, and I would not. My mother died of dementia as well, and totally different. Mine, she drank herself there. But yeah, I it's spiritually, it's not a horrible time, but in 3D, that physical thing, oh,
Right.
and it's really
Right.
awful for the people around you if you have dementia
Right.
or whatever.
I love that you said that we are given the opportunity
Yes,
to do it.
yeah.
Hmm.
You can still refuse it. You still don't have to
Absolutely.
do shit. You can still
Hmm.
be the old battle axe. Not to speak for my mother, the old battle axe that you were prior to that.
And I know that my mother took that opportunity. Um, I think it was months before she passed. It might have been weeks. It might have been weeks. Um, she was having one of those days where she just slept most of the day.
Mhm.
And I'd gone in and I was just standing by her bed and holding her hand. And all of a sudden she stirred and she opened her eyes and she looked at me and she smiled and she said, I went to heaven.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And I
No
knew
doubt. No doubt.
right then that she had been in the higher realms,
Yeah.
um, working on whatever it was that she needed to be working on.
We and here's something too for those of you, we get this a lot. People will ask us, how come my mother doesn't visit, or how come my dad, whatever. How come they don't come around? First of all, they do, but second of all, there needs to be a reason. That we're busy when we're not in these, but we actually have shit to do. We're
Uh,
working on stuff. We're and we are we're doctors and healers and engineers and scientists, and we're all sorts of we're all something on the other side. We have jobs to do, we have things to do. But when it comes to those personal relationships, it's when there's like your mom just came in. What a beautiful moment that was for her to come in and you two to be able to laugh at this totally ego driven moment that you had
right?
was just stupid.
So stupid.
But she came in to let you know all is forgiven. There's no grudge here. There's no anything. It's just water on the bridge, and we're just laughing about it now. What a beautiful moment that was.
Mhm.
And when we have trauma with that crossed over, that healed spirit, they come in to help you and them heal that shit. That's why they come in. And it's not 24/7. But they do come in for a purpose. And we've had people, well, can't they just come in and just say hello or come in? Well, yeah, they do kind of sometimes. They kind of poke in, but it
Most of the time, we aren't in a vibration where we
right.
can feel it. We aren't in a
Yes.
vibration where we're going to recognize because they are so high.
Yes. We always talk about they have to come down in vibration. We have to go up and meet here. So they might bring in like a smell, or smells are big. My dad used to bring in, he worked, he made saw blades. That was his thing. And there was always a lot of sawdust and stuff. Like he'd
Hmm.
smell like smut because he worked in a, wouldn't have fact like a warehouse type thing. He was the boss, but he still, anyway, he would come and he'd smell like sawdust. For years after he passed, he would bring in that sawdust because I knew exactly who it was. I don't have to do that, or that's not. Um, but so things like that. If you get a smell that reminds you of someone, that person's there saying, "Hey, I love you," here, and they may not stick around, but that, or they, if they like, you hear this a lot too. If they like butterflies or dragonflies, they'll bring like that around. And is that them? No. So there's another misconception. They think that the person is that winged
No,
insect. No, they're not, but they're bringing it around for that memory for you to tune into
Mhm.
them being there. So there's lots of
Exactly.
ways. Yeah. But I did have something else I wanted to bring up, and I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget.
Oh,
You
okay.
you had said your teenage years, and I said, oh, teenage years suck, and no one really gets along with their parents during that time.
Right.
And I could just hear someone say, oh, me and my daughter are so close, she tells me everything. Um, no, she doesn't. So just let me, no matter how great the kid is, and I'm sure your daughter is fabulous. I'm sure that is meant to be a time of true upheaval in your evolutionary life. That part of your
Yeah.
life, you are meant to, and you lie. Sorry, but your kids are lying to you. They're not telling you everything. They're just not. And they're not supposed to.
No.
that's really kind of that time that we're learning that our parents are separate from us. And I have my own thing, and I want to be this, and I want to be that, and I don't have to do whatever, but you're still under their roof. You're still totally dependent on them. So anyway, I won't go to
Yeah.
the chase thing, but it was just so funny. It was like, yeah, there's someone, and no, she's not telling you everything. Um,
No,
Take those rose-colored
not
glasses
likely.
off. No, and she's not supposed to. And you're not supposed. Sorry, but you're not supposed to be her best friend. You're not. You're supposed to be her parent.
Mm, true.
Yeah, you're supposed to be supportive and be there for them, but you're not to be the best friend. Um, I'm sure someone just got pissed off and left, but it's true. But it's true. But it's true. So anyway, yes.
Woo.
Woo! So crap fitting, we've talked a lot about that. Would love
Yep.
to hear those of you who, are aware of your crap fitting to let us know in the comments. Talk about that.
Hmm.
Um, we
Yep.
all do it. We all do.
We all do it. I mean, some of us are taught expertly how to do it.
Yes.
Some of us do it to get our needs met.
Yes. I was
A
going to say,
self-taught thing.
yes, I think it's always to get our needs met, actually. But it's we don't know how to do that in a constructive way.
True.
And it may not even work anymore. People will say, well,
Hmm.
once it doesn't work, you'll stop doing it. No, because I remember one time when I was 7 and it worked. So I'm gonna keep on trying because
Yeah.
it worked that one time, whatever. Yeah, that that happens. And it looks different too. It could be the person that that's always sunshine and rainbows. And they look like they're positive all the time. They're not. And they use that smile and that positivity to crap fit too. Because they're gonna be that's their version of crap fitting, right? Is that I'm gonna be happy in this moment no matter what. And I'm just going to, well, wouldn't you being honest and saying, oh, I don't think I want to do that, or I don't want to be in this situation, or yeah, this isn't good for me, and to be honest about it, but they sort of crap fit in a different way. So crap fitting looks different. It's for everyone.
Definitely, it definitely does.
Mhm.
Um, and then there are some people who just don't do it.
Yeah. Have I
That's irritating.
have I met someone?
I have.
Really?
Yep, I
How well
have.
how well did you know this person?
I mean, how well do we really ever know anybody?
Okay, fair. You know me pretty damn well.
But uh, I'm trying to think. Sorry for the empty blank space. Um, when a person doesn't have the need to crap fit, and they have the ability to be honest,
Mhm.
it's a scary dynamic.
Or to just, I think of like my husband, he just walks away from stuff. Like, yeah, I'm not, he doesn't even have to say anything. He just gets himself out of it.
Just doesn't.
Yeah.
Um, for people to be able to go, oh, that's disappointing.
Mhm.
And I'm going to look at it in this different light and accept the beauty
Mhm.
that's being presented to me. For me, triggering as
Oh, yeah.
hell.
Yes.
When someone can just go, well, that's not what I asked for. It's not what I
Because
wanted.
we want them to come down and sort of and comfort us by being in the same mood we're in, or being that same vibration, I should say, as
Hmm.
us. Yeah.
Or that I would be in.
Right, right, right.
Validation.
If I could pull you down with me and to commiserate this misery that I'm in, and you're choosing not to come down here with me and commiserate, yeah, I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna be pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
uncomfortable.
It's very uncomfortable.
But I do know, I have known a couple of people.
Yeah,
Now, are they like that all the time?
right.
Maybe
There's some
not,
place in their life I'm sure they crap fit. I think
you
we all,
know,
but
but I don't know.
and then I have to ask you, how do you, because I know, and I've been there too, that's kind of those people that have tried in their own way, they're telling you uh, this behavior of yours is just sucky and no. So you felt uncomfortable. Did it
Yeah.
occur to you why you were uncomfortable? Why that made you? Did you see that, oh, I'm just being sort of this I'm in this low vibrational muck. I wanted to carry them down. They said no. They walked away. Now I'm sitting here in this really weird place. Did
Wow.
you? Yeah.
Spirit just brought me like three different times in life where a scenario like this has happened.
Mhm.
Maybe once.
I
No.
remember. I remember feeling shame, and I didn't know why I felt so shameful. But I tried to drag them in. They were just like, nope, not happening. Walked away or whatever. Whatever that particular situation. Each one's a little different, but and then sitting there
Yeah.
feeling really gross and
Really, really gross, but
yeah,
not understanding why,
right.
not realizing, oh, they just made a choice that I've not been able to recognize that I had.
Yes. And then feeling embarrassed around them later. I remember that too, because I didn't understand what just happened. And not that they were doing something, they were probably just being their normal them,
Right.
but because of what happened, I couldn't let go of that.
Sure.
And then I turned out like not I didn't like them then. Right.
Exactly.
Yes.
Something's wrong with them.
Yes. Something's wrong
No,
with them.
not gonna, not,
Yes.
not,
Oh, she
not
just
hanging
thinks she's
out with
better
those
than
people.
anybody, or he's, whatever. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a common reaction, I think, when we sort of put in our place or sort of forced to look at something that we didn't some you had said it early, sometimes we don't know what we don't know.
Right.
And I don't know why I wanted you to do that. I don't understand why you responded that way. Now I'm sitting here feeling like just a moron. I'm just an idiot. And I have this shame and whatever. And my only recourse is then to hate you because I don't fully understand what just
Because I
happened.
don't understand. Hmm.
How sad that we mostly don't have anyone to talk to about that sort of thing.
Hmm.
Like we really don't have people
We
to
really
go
don't.
talk to and say, this is what
Because
happened. You
those
shouldn't
kinds
say
of
that.
conversations are vulnerable.
Yes.
And who wants to be vulnerable? Nobody.
No.
Nobody.
And we've talked about this so many times, having someone in your life that will bring the truth,
Hmm.
like you and I do with each other. But I mean, I can remember I've lost friendships over someone doing that to me.
Hmm.
And I'm just not, you're not really my friend because you didn't, you defended you're defending them over me. I'm your best friend, or I'm supposed to be a friend, and you're defending what they did to me, because everything
Right?
about me, and
Right.
they did it to me. It was purposeful. They were trying to hurt me. They were trying.
Wah, wah, wah,
Yeah.
wah.
Or you
And
get mostly it's the friends just sort of comfort you in your muck and just
yeah,
they don't tell you the truth. And maybe they don't know it either. They don't really know what
yeah, true.
in the whole thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
very true. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Wow, wow.
I don't know.
We don't know anything. Yes. Whew, it was kind
All I know
of
is that looking at the glass full,
uh-huh.
not even half,
Right.
even if it's only half, do I need to make that delineation? Do I need to make the focus
Right.
full?
No. No.
Okay, I just said that like that's something I do.
Yes.
That is not something I do. That is something that Spirit just brought me as a way to be able to look at things in a new perspective.
Okay. Right there is the piece we started talking about earlier about healing. Now you have the clarity on it. Now is when you can start moving that way and you'll see it now. So when it happens again, because it'll guarantee it's going to happen.
Guarantee it.
Yes, it's going to happen again. And at some point, it may not happen right when it happens. It may take a little bit, but you're going to recognize it. And those are those baby steps that we have to take. So you're going to recognize it. Then you're
Yep.
going to right then stop it, backtrack, fix it, flip it, whatever you have to do.
You
And
know, I
then
love how the process goes of when you get a clarity and then it has to go through that process
yes.
of when do I recognize it?
Mhm.
And I'm not going to recognize it until I've done it the wrong way. And then
Yes.
pretty soon I'm going to recognize it while I'm in the middle of doing it and I get to change it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And most lessons are learned by stepping in that lesson.
Yes. Yeah.
They're not learned from just standing back and watching other people go through it. Does that happen sometimes? Sure. You can watch other people and you go, okay, I know I'm not going to do that or that or that. But we're talking about wounding and trauma. You have to step in it. You
Have to.
just do. There's no way
Absolutely
around
have
that.
to.
And it can be humiliating. It can be humbling. It can be
Always humbling.
always humbling.
It's always
But
humbling.
that's how we learn.
It is how we learn.
It is, we are in class 24/7
Mhm.
and we physically have to go through it to learn it, to unlearn too.
Yes, there is an element of unlearning that we have to do when we're healing
Hmm.
in order to allow the new thought processes to come, to allow the new perspectives to come.
Yes.
So that perspective of the glass, half empty or half full. So I pick up my mug. I've just got water in it. Was hot water. And it's about right here.
Okay.
And Spirit is showing me,
So for those of you, she's drank about 3/4 of it,
mm,
maybe 2/3.
yeah, probably three-quarters of it.
Okay.
Probably three-quarters of it. Oh yeah, because some of this isn't on video.
Yes.
And there is plenty in here. I don't need to think of it as being full or empty.
Right.
I
Exactly.
have enough.
Yes.
I have sufficient
And there's
water
more.
in my cup.
Yes.
In the moment, for right now,
Yes.
it's
Mhm.
perfect.
Yes.
And I stumbled on that because the word perfection, you have seen me struggle with perfectionism.
Woo!
When
Yes.
we met, and Spirit finally brought me a definition of perfection.
Mhm.
And it's not something that we can achieve.
Yeah.
It's a feeling.
Hmm.
And I was really surprised that they brought the feeling of this amount of water in my cup as perfection.
Yes.
And what that feeling is that heart soul connection of absolute love, safety, and belonging.
I get gratitude, and maybe that's just me, but yeah. Well, and if we bring it back to what we said before, instead of seeing train headlights, you saw the sun.
I saw the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah. That's the first time Spirit has brought me a perfection feeling or scenario that didn't have to do with another person.
Oh,
Because
interesting.
it's usually brought to me like the spark of connection. Like, I mean, my favorite way to explain it to somebody is when you're looking at a newborn baby,
Oh.
you know? I mean, that soul to soul
Hmm.
connection that's made right there in that split second, that's perfection.
Oh, 100%.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
That is it. Yeah. And
That's
so trying to strive to reach perfection in these outside things of humanity,
yeah.
no,
Yeah. Just stop and
stop.
recognizing that that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what also comes back to is what is your idea of success? And that same thing with perfection. What is your idea of that? And is that real? Is that truly
Probably not.
right? Yeah. It's wishing. Sometimes we wish for things. We talked about that earlier too. You want one thing, Spirit brings you truly what you need, but you still want that other thing because I don't know, it looks good or there's something you think you're going to get from that. And oftentimes that's wounding, by the way, y'all. That's you're thinking that this outside thing, if I only had that, I'll be happy. I could be, well, no, you have maybe some work for myself, some issues of worth.
I'm
That's
going to say that goes across the board.
yeah.
Across the board.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whew.
I'm
And
going to,
being
I don't do this very often. I
yeah.
don't do this very often. But I am so proud of my niece.
Okay.
We have had the conversation over the past couple of mm, probably weeks. I don't know. I've been sick for weeks, maybe
Yeah,
longer,
you have.
about what's really going on.
Ah.
What's really happening here? It's not the house, it's not the kitchen. And yeah, it's not this. It's this. This is what it is. Okay. All right. It's not that either. All right. It's this.
All these material things, right? Yeah.
All of these outside things. I was so proud of her this morning when she said, and it's not my husband either.
Ah, nice. Good.
And there was absolutely no reason
Hmm?
to make her say what she realized.
What she's getting around.
You knew the way she said it, and it was almost out of context.
Uh-huh.
Almost, not quite. She has had some spiritual experience.
Yes.
She saw the mirror
Yes.
and went, well, damn.
She saw her own reflection. Uh-huh.
And I am so proud of her.
And that's a real baby step. Now maybe these little baby steps a few more times, and then when she takes that next step, it will be maybe saying, oh, maybe it's me. You know what I mean? But that's a baby step. She's, to be able to say that out loud. Not everyone can
Yep.
just immediately say that out loud.
Nope.
Good for her. Baby
Yeah.
steps.
Really, really, really proud of her.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Coming
Yeah.
around, a little
Yeah.
bit at a time. And it's healing, it's about baby steps.
It is always about baby
Yeah.
steps.
And nothing is one and done. Just want to tell y'all, we'd love
Never.
to have things one and done. Get one healing, whoop, gone. Nothing else to do. I'm all cured.
Oh, I'm all healed.
Yeah, all healed. Does not
All
work that
healed.
way. No. No.
No. Well, and we're never all healed
No.
as long as we're living a human life.
Yeah. Yes. And yes, we'll all come back and do it again. So there have been plenty of times like, I don't want to come back again. It's like, oh no, but you will. It'll be something different. Yeah.
Well, and you'll be different and you'll have different experiences and you'll
Yes.
have different goals and
And hopefully I won't have to come and do some of this shit that I've done this lifetime because I'm done with it, which is always nice. There are gonna be things that I'm not haven't completely healed or gone through or whatever. There's still shit there, but there's also going to be some shit that I don't have to come back and do again. And I'm very happy about that.
yeah, yeah. And, you know, we're we're not going to know.
No, but that's what keeps me going. Sometimes it's like, you know what? I don't want, we say it all the time. I
I don't
don't
want to
want
do
to come,
this anymore.
I don't want to come back and do this again. Let's just this is really hard. It's really emotional.
Yeah,
It sucks, but
let's
I'm
do
gonna,
it.
I'm
I
gonna,
gotta get it
because I
done.
am not coming back and doing this again.
Whew.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yeah. All
Serious.
right. Is that a good place to stop, do you think?
That right there just exhausted me.
Yes. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yep. Please like, subscribe,
Yes.
share, comment. We'd love to know.
Yes.
Are you looking for the headlights of the train? Are you looking for the sun?
Yes.
Um, yeah.
If you want to know more about us, this is something we've been talking about for months too. Our website is not fully up to where we want it to be. All the information's still there. It's just things are changing. We just haven't changed it all yet.
Just
But you
just
can
hasn't
still
been it
go,
hasn't been implemented yet. And
tcseverydaypsychics.com will get you there
it
and
will.
reach out. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, everyone.
Yeah. All right.
Thank
Take care,
you.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.